Hey everybody, it's David here. Today we're gonna be doing what every game has. We're gonna be doing game icons. 1, 2, 3. A heart icon, a star icon, and an energy icon. Of course, it all depends on the theme and the style of your overall game. And today we will try to tackle a few different styles while creating these icons. So let's begin. Let's do the star first because it's the simplest of them all in terms of the shape we need to create. So all you have to do is go to this rectangle tool, click and hold it until the drop down shows, and then choose the polygon tool. Make sure it has 5 edges and just click and drop while holding the shift button so that you keep the proportional scaling. In the properties panel, just click and drag this icon where it has the star in it, and now give it some radiuses on the corners. Ctrl T for transform, warp, and just in the custom drop down, choose fisheye. Just add a little bit of this radius to it. And now let's play with the layer styles of this shape. So of course gradient overlay, want yellow on top and orange at the bottom. Let's add another gradient overlay and let's make it radial and change its colors to bright yellow and to orange. Like this. Right now it looks like an egg. I know, don't worry, we'll fix it in a moment. Make its shape really big. Move it sideways. Drop down the opacity here as well. We can make this sphere even bigger by moving these colors here. Now this sphere is even bigger and we don't need to be afraid that the edges are gonna be visible because they won't. Begins to look interesting. Inner glow, something like this. Some harder inner shadows maybe. Few more things we can do is add some inner shadow, maybe brighter colors as well. Let's add another shadow to make this glow even more. Now, of course, what we already know how to do to make a drop shadow, this is gonna be the glow of our star icon. Let's enable the blend interior effect as a group and disable the blend clip layer as a group and add few brush strokes here and there. Let's maybe try a brighter color, looking good. Of course, few glows. And let's add some bubbly texture that we did in our previous video. And a few star shines as well. First icon, done. Now for the second icon, let's do the energy. All you need to do is select a rectangle, make round corners, select a triangle, again make around corners, flip it vertically, transform it again, move it sideways like this. Let's get back to the rectangle and do the same, hold Control or Command, bring it back a little bit, combine the two shapes, Control T, right click, warp, arch, sideways. And now we have the same style of a lightning that we see in almost every casual game in the industry. Let's try to make it look more realistic. Let's work on the shape a little bit more. So we have duplicated shape that we did. Let's give it some color so we see the difference and just align these elements here. Let's make it blue. The shade, of course, blue as well. Let's select this area here and let's give it a few strokes of this gradient. So now let's add some more information on the side of this icon. And of course, it's adding and erasing some of them. Don't just add tons of information but get rid of some of it. Otherwise, you're just gonna end up with a bunch of unnecessary layers to your icon. So let's add this gloss, this highlight that we have on glass. These parts that are curving, they should be blurred. Only a particular side of it actually is really sharp and the sides are pretty much dull. And let's see if we can just duplicate this shine that we did. So it looks pretty interesting. And now it's really a question of how much is enough. And it really all depends on what you define as finished. So a big glow here, smaller glow on this side, like this maybe also it could be brighter. And now one big brush stroke behind it to make it all look as if it glows. And you know what, let's also erase. So about here. And now let's add another glow on top of this and make it very subtle. Let's add one final touch to this energy icon and make it look even better. We're gonna add some layer style, and this layer style is gonna be our inner shadow that we do as a shine. And actually the properties as they are here look great and neon looks to it. We're missing some kind of inner shadow or inner reflection inside of this icon. And for this, we're gonna control click the shape and create this outline of it, create a new layer, and just give it some dark blue strokes inside of it. Now transform, move it sideways. Now it looks like a reflection inside of the icon. Okay, here it looks good. Now what I think we can do is we can actually make it bluer. And for this I'm gonna convert everything into smart object and just give it color balance and really try to burn it and make it as blue as possible. And now we're done with our second icon. So before we proceed to our final icon, hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel. There are many designers who would like to do game UI but don't really know how to begin or where to start, and these videos are basically for you. So if you do have some topics that you would like me to focus on, please let me know in the comment section below. And now let's proceed with our final icon. So now we're left with only the heart icon, and we're gonna do it in a different style than what we did the previous two. And let's make it a sticker. Let's make a rectangle with rounded corners, duplicate it, rotate it sideways, align it with the previous one, and merge. Rotate it sideways. Now Ctrl T, warp, custom, fisheye, just a little bit of inflation. Ctrl T again, shrink it just a bit on the bottom part, and take these points lower, like that. Change its color to red or pink. Let's make this sticker just a tiny bit rendered. Some basic color with reds. Add a stroke to it. It's gonna be in the darker colors because it's a sticker, but it's not gonna be black, right? We are still a game, and black colors in the game, they're not that good. Right beneath it, we're gonna have a drop shadow to 100%, and it's gonna be off-white yellow, right? And underneath it, what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually make a darker shadow, so it creates this feathered look around this sticker. Let's add a sphere, make it bright, arch it like this, transform it sideways. Let's combine these two together and add some mask to them. So some games use this kind of style. They keep it simple. Not every game should have this crazy rendered style, but some games really do nice with these elements, and they're very cheap and easy to create. So here you go, 3 icons, 3 styles. Hope you enjoyed it. And of course, check in my other videos because they can be beneficial to someone who is interested in entering the casual game industry. Until the next time, bye bye.